You ever ask your AI chatbot a question and get an answer that just feels a little too perfect? And then you check and it turns out it was completely made up? Yeah, you're not going crazy. Today we're diving into the wild world of AI hallucinations. It's this fascinating and honestly sometimes kind of scary thing that's happening. So let's figure out why our smartest new tools are also our most confident liars.
Now, this quote, it sounds like something from a sci-fi movie, right? Nope. That's a real federal judge in 2023. He was describing a legal brief that lawyers had submitted after using ChatGPT for research. The AI literally invented 6 entire legal cases, fake precedents, fake citations, the whole shebang. And the lawyers just filed it. As you can imagine, the judge was not amused. This one case really sets the stage for the high stakes we're talking about.
I love this description from Wharton professor Ethan Mullick. It's the perfect way to think about it, isn't it? One minute the AI feels like a genius, the next it's just confidently making stuff up. So what is going on here? Why would a tool that's built to give us information just lie? Well, that's the big question we're going to unpack today.
All right, so first thing you need to know, and this is really the key to the whole thing. Hallucinations aren't a bug. It's not like the code is broken. In a weird way, this is the system working exactly as it was designed. It's basically baked right into its DNA.
So let's get a really clear definition here. An AI hallucination is just a plausible-sounding response that's actually factually wrong. And what's so crucial to get is that the AI isn't trying to deceive you. It has no idea it's lying. It's more like a person who misremembers a tiny detail, but speaks about it with absolute total confidence. It's a statistical error, not a moral one.
And this is not some rare fringe problem. Just look at this number, 46%. An analysis from 2023 found that factual errors were present in nearly half of the texts generated by large language models. That's a staggering number, and it really drives home why you just can't blindly trust what an AI tells you. We have to be super critical of this stuff.
So, why does this happen? Well, there are a few big reasons. First, you've heard the phrase garbage in, garbage out, right? These AIs are trained on the entire internet, which is, full of junk. Then there's something called overfitting, where it basically just memorizes its training data instead of learning concepts. But the number one reason is its very nature. The best way to think about it is like a super-powered autocorrect. Its only job is to predict the next most likely word to make a sentence sound right. Its goal is plausibility, not accuracy.
Okay, so this isn't just an abstract technical problem. The real-world consequences are starting to pile up everywhere, from courtrooms to customer service chats with major airlines.
And this is a global issue. We saw the US case, but in the UK, someone in a tax dispute cited 9 fake cases from an AI and lost their appeal. But my favorite example of the real-world cost has to be this one from Canada. An Air Canada chatbot just completely made up a bereavement fare policy. When a customer tried to use it, the airline said, no, that's not real. But a tribunal actually forced the airline to honor the fake policy, saying that as far as the customer was concerned, the chatbot spoke for the company. Wow.
And get this, it's not just about words. This problem is popping up in other kinds of AI too. OpenAI's video generator Sora was asked to make a video of that famous viaduct in Scotland from the Harry Potter movies. The video it spat out looks great, but it added a whole second railway track that doesn't exist. Oh, and the train is running on the wrong side. The AI is literally hallucinating in pixels.
Okay, so this all sounds a little bleak, I know. But here's the good news. We are not powerless here. There are actually a ton of things that both the developers and, yes, you, the user, can do to help tame this wild digital intern and get way more reliable answers.
So what can you actually do? A lot, it turns out. First, give the AI a source of truth. Don't just ask it a vague question. Upload a PDF or a report and tell it to base its answers only on that document. Keep your instructions simple and clear. You can even ask it to double-check its own work. And the golden rule, the one you should never ever forget, if the information is important, you have to fact-check it with a real, reliable source, always.
So you can see this is really a two-front battle. On one side, you've got the developers. They're working on using better data and new techniques like something called retrieval augmented generation, or RAG. It's a fancy name, but the idea is simple. It forces the AI to look up information in a trusted database before it answers, instead of just guessing from its memory. And then there's our side, the user side. Our best weapons are giving it context and always maintaining a healthy dose of skepticism.
We've spent all this time talking about hallucinations as this big, scary problem that needs to be fixed.
But now for a little twist. What if, in some situations, this tendency to just make things up is actually a good thing?
Seriously, think about it. When a human brain makes new, unexpected connections between ideas and creates something that has never existed before, what do we call that? We call it creativity. We call it imagination. So what if an AI making things up is just the machine's version of that?
And this isn't just some philosophical idea. It's really happening. Scientists have figured out how to harness this exact AI tendency to hallucinate to design 10 million brand new proteins that have never existed in nature before. This work in, and I love this phrase, imaginative protein creation is completely changing things in drug discovery and is directly connected to Nobel Prize-winning science. It is a stunning example of a bug becoming a feature.
So where does all this leave us? Well, we're dealing with a technology that is somehow, at the exact same time, a brilliant assistant and an unreliable narrator. It's a source of frustrating mistakes and, potentially, Nobel-winning breakthroughs.
The real challenge for all of us moving forward is this. How do we put up the right guardrails to stop the harmful fictions without accidentally stamping out the creative hallucinations that could lead to the next huge discovery? Finding that balance, well, that's going to be the key to unlocking what AI can really do.